Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. We're kicking it off right now with a special phone bank. This is what you're looking in, a live look right now at a phone bank that is down the hallway. So you can help those affected by Hurricanes Helene and Milton right now. The number is on your screen, 210-351-1363. Please give them a call to donate to relief efforts in Southeast.
So you can see there our phone bank standing by to take your call. You can also scan that QR code. Should be on your screen right now. And this is also to help all the families struggling there to rebuild. And we'll be showing this number throughout the newscast. Hi, good morning. We made it to Tuesday.
We did make it to Tuesday. We have so much stuff to get to in the show, including more about that phone bank and some special guests throughout the show. But first, let's go out to the city, see what the live look is looking like. Hopefully we got some clear skies. And yes, whoa, I don't know. Would that be considered clear, Justin? It's kind of a little fog. I was like, that's not blue at all.
A little warmer.
Yes. A little gray, actually.
Yeah, it is. Hey, no pun intended.
So, that's right.
Hey.
We had some clouds rolling this morning. It kind of acted like a blanket, though. It kept temperatures up a little bit. If you remember yesterday at this time, we were in the low 60s. This morning, we're right around 70. So it is a little bit warmer. The big story we've been talking about the last couple of days, too, is the lack of rainfall. We're now keeping tally, and we'll keep this each and every day. We're now at 46 days without measurable rainfall. This is the longest stretch since 1996. The record, of course, 63 days set back in 1993. So we continue this dubious streak. And there is no rain in the forecast today. Temperatures right now 71 at the airport, upper 60s elsewhere. And we've got light winds across the board. Forecast for today, clouds early, and then we'll see some clearing this afternoon. We'll make it up to around 87 or so later today, which is well above average. And more above average heat heads our way this week. Look at that 7-day forecast for you, plus some of the drought indications. That's all coming up here in just a couple minutes, guys.
All right, want to take you a look here at your traffic authority because this situation here in north side of town is not clearing up. This is something that we reported before our 6 o'clock hour in Good Morning San Antonio. All westbound lanes of 410 remain shut down at the moment. You see that traffic is being diverted right here off of Starcrest because of a deadly accident that happened again around 5:37 this morning at 410 westbound at Nacogdoches Road. So here's our shot here. There's our camera that is showing us 410 Harry Wurzbach Road. Again, no traffic getting through here. Still have some major delays, access road. So basically 410 all the way past Ira Lee going to Austin Highway, all backed up at the moment. And then also adding to this is that we had another crash on the eastbound lanes right here at 410 and Parambital. So that's where you see this backup right here for all of our drivers that are coming in eastbound right now. So just a major mess right here for all of our drivers coming south on 35 that are going to get off on 410. I would suggest maybe taking Harry Wurzbach Road if you need to kind of get around some of this mess right now, or excuse me, Wurzbach Parkway. That'll kind of get you around. So again, 410 westbound remains shut down. Deadly accident early this morning. Checked in with TransGuide, and they do not anticipate this opening within the next hour or so, but something that we will continue to monitor on KSAT.com and, of course, online and on social media. Stephanie, Jaffney, back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, RJ. Again, this has been something that we've been covering all morning long, and obviously San Antonio police have opened an investigation into this, so hopefully we get some confirmed details about what happened this morning.
Yeah, and of course we will keep you updated. For now, here's today's 9 at 9. More than 15 million people have already voted in the November election as early voting kicks off across a number of states this week. New polling from the Washington Post shows a tight race in every battleground state. Vice President Kamala Harris with the edge in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Former President Donald Trump in Arizona and North Carolina. However, both leads are within the margin of error.
Officials from both parties are calling on the Department of Justice to investigate Elon Musk's $1 million giveaways to registered voters in the battleground states. The sweepstakes payments are being given randomly to those that sign a petition put out by Musk to protect the First and Second Amendments, and will go on until Election Day. It is drawing criticism from both Republicans and Democrats, saying that it violates federal law.
Early voting is off to a robust start in Texas. In Tarrant County, 43,765 people cast their ballot on the first day of early voting. Commissioners are glad to see early voting starting out so strong in Tarrant County. Statewide, more than 100,000 people cast their ballots in Texas yesterday.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel today, pushing for a ceasefire agreement following the death of Hamas's leader, Yahya Sinwar. Experts seem skeptical Israel and Hamas will come to the table. The State Department says that Blinken also wants to convince Israel to find a diplomatic solution with Hezbollah in Lebanon.
An East Texas man whose execution was halted and then called to testify at the state capitol did not attend his hearing yesterday. A group of Republican and Democratic lawmakers have rushed to Roberts' defense, saying that outdated science led to a jury convicting him of killing his 2-year-old daughter back in 2002. The delayed execution has opened a rift in Texas between legislators and state GOP leaders, including Republican Governor Greg Abbott, who says the last-minute maneuver on Robertson's behalf crossed a line.
A former DEA agent is sounding the alarm about a designer drug called pink cocaine. An autopsy has revealed former One Direction singer Liam Payne had multiple drugs in his system, including pink cocaine, when he plunged off of a hotel balcony in Argentina last week. Public health officials are warning parents the designer drug, with its bright color, is growing in popularity among teens and young adults.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing 7 new civil lawsuits. 2 of the music producer's new accusers say they were minors when he allegedly drugged and assaulted them. Combs has already pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking, racketeering, and related federal charges. He denies any wrongdoing.
The WNBA Players Union is opting out of its collective bargaining agreement early to demand higher pay and better training facilities. Professional women's basketball just enjoyed a record-smashing year as stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese drove viewership to all-time highs. With a new media rights deal, the league could now earn $200 million per year.
A new bridge in Boston will bear the name of an NBA legend. It will be the William Felton Bill Russell Bridge. Former Boston Celtics player died in 2022 at 88 years old. Russell was a 5-time MVP and a 12-time All-Star. He was also the first black head coach in any major U.S. sport. The bridge will open in spring of 2025, and that's today's 9 at 9.
All right, now to another big story still trending at KSAT.com. This morning, we now know the name of the 10-month-old infant who was killed after accidentally being shot by a toddler in a parking lot. San Antonio police say that it happened inside of a vehicle that was parked outside of the VA hospital. Bexar County Medical Examiner says that the 10-month-old is Kamari Coles Lang. That infant was in the car yesterday afternoon with a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. SAPD Chief William McManus says that either the 3-year-old or the 2-year-old found a rifle in the back seat and accidentally shot the baby. There was a woman also with the children, but right now we do not know if she was in the vehicle at the time of the shooting or if any charges will be filed. This morning, the search continues for a killer.
Well, that's right. The Bexar County Sheriff says he is far from giving up on the search for the person who killed Stacy Dramiga on a local park trail. Now, Dramiga disappeared 1 month ago after a long walk along the Salado Creek Greenway. The following day, deputies found the 63-year-old's body about 3 miles away. You are asked to call Crime Stoppers if you have any information on this case. That number is on your screen right now. That's 210-224-STOP. Meanwhile, people continue to honor her life. These pictures are from an event over the weekend. Several walking, hiking, biking groups came together to remember her. They also heard from speakers about tips to stay safe on the trails. You can read more about this story on our website at KSAT.com.
Now, an update to a story that we've been following closely for months. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office found possible evidence in connection with a shooting that killed a 4-year-old girl and injured 4 family members. A few weeks ago, Bexar County requested help from the Harris County dive team to search Calaveras Lake. But that team didn't find anything then. Last week, though, BCSO did tests of their own, testing how far they could throw a weapon similar to the one that we're looking for off the bridge and into the lake. The Harris County team looked around those spots and found a Draco pistol submerged in the mud. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar said they're hoping that it will match the shell casings left behind at the scene of the shooting. The people who were arrested as persons of interest in this case have bonded out and are on GPS monitors as part of the condition of their release.
Well, the time now is 9:07, and we're at 71 degrees for now. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
That phone bank, we've been talking about it. This morning, you can help those affected by Hurricanes Helene and Milton. Right now, give that number that you see right there a call, 210-351-1363, to donate to the relief efforts in the Southeast.
Well, our phone bank is standing by to take your call. You can see everybody there waiting for you to call. You can also scan a QR code. Well, I can't see it on our screen. Let me see if you see it on the other screen.
There it goes, right there.
There you go. That will help you. So that way you can donate, and any amount will help families struggling to rebuild. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It is 9/11. The devastation from Hurricane Helene making landfall in Florida, devastating 4 southeastern states. It's reported to be the deadliest hurricane since Katrina.
Well, then October 9th, Hurricane Milton hit Florida as a Category 3 storm, leaving little time for communities to recover. So these catastrophic storms have passed. However, the cleanup and the recovery is ongoing.
This morning, of course, you can help those affected by Hurricane Helene and Milton. Right now, we got a phone bank going on. Hey, guys, how you doing? Okay, so that number right there, 210-351-1363. Please give them a call to donate to relief efforts in the Southeast.
As you can see already, our phone bank, everybody working there is standing by to take your call.
So you can also scan the QR code that you see right there on the screen. Any amount helps families struggling to rebuild. And of course, this morning we are joined by a very, very special guest, Karina Alderete. She is the board chair of the Red Cross for Central and South Texas region. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us here.
Thanks for being here. Well, what has it been like so far this morning with people calling in? What are their, I don't want to say concerns, but what are they talking to you guys about?
Well, I think for the most part, people just want to know what they can do to help. And of course, we're more than happy to take their donations. Any amount helps. It makes a huge impact. And what those dollars do is they're able to help us send a lot of our volunteers from San Antonio and Central Texas out to the Southeast to give that help directly to the families that have been devastated by the hurricanes.
Even though these are catastrophic storms, the beautiful thing that happens afterwards is to see how many people come together. And that's what's great about the American Red Cross. You guys are touching and impacting people in different states. So tell me specifically, what makes these storms so kind of different in their way in comparison to what our last relief efforts were?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've heard it, we've seen the images, we've heard from people, from families that have been impacted. A lot of people just were not prepared. We haven't seen storms that have reached as far as these two have reached, and then to have 2 of them back to back, just absolutely devastating. A lot of recovery that's been going on for about a month now, and will continue well into more than likely the holiday season. But we obviously will send continue to send our Red Cross volunteers to assist, not just from San Antonio, but Red Cross chapters across the nation will be going out there to help, to provide warm meals, to provide shelters. There's still a lot of folks that are in shelters. And then folks that have lost their homes. About 7,000 homes we've seen and heard are either completely devastated, damaged, or are in need of serious repair. So these folks are going to need our help for months to come.
Yeah, that was my next question. This is a long-term recovery for a lot of people. I mean, even like you said, even up to the holidays or past the holidays. Yes.
And that's why our volunteers are just such an important part of this recovery effort that will be ongoing for months, and that's where the donations help. We also need volunteers. So if folks are called to serve, the American Red Cross is an amazing organization in terms of providing the training and providing the resources to be able to go out and help. And a lot of times people also just that are going through these disasters and trying to rebuild their homes and their lives, just having somebody there show up and say, how can I help you? We are here for you. That makes a world of difference, and I think helps speed up that recovery process for them.
Well, we're glad that all the teams are out there already, and then they'll continue to be out there.
Yes.
And again, thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully that should help you guys. A call to action. Give that number a call right now, Hurricane Relief. And of course, the number on your screen, 210-351-1363. Please get on those phones, get those donations in, and let's get back to a great cause.
Yes, and we'll continue to put that phone number out there so we can help here locally.
Yeah, those hurricanes did a lot of damage, and Helene especially. We think of Florida getting hit by all the wind and the storm surge, but the Carolinas, North Carolina saw like a 1,000-year flood there, and there's still a lot of folks that are without anything. So that's why it's so important. Here, we could use a little bit of rain. It's just not happening. We continue to stay into a dry pattern. I do want to show you the satellite picture. We got clouds rolling in. We had some morning clouds. That kept temperatures up a little bit this morning, and it may actually do the opposite, create the opposite effect as we head into mid-morning. May keep temperatures down a little bit. It tends to steady the temperatures, so to speak. And right now we're still looking at cloudy skies here over San Antonio. I did want to show you, we have some tropical activity out in the Pacific. Some of that upper level moisture is trying to work in. Unfortunately, it does not come with rain. But not only do we have the low clouds, we also have some high clouds over top of that. So fairly cloudy at the moment, and you can see that outside. We've got 71 degrees at the airport, 68 in New Braunfels, 70 in Converse, upper 60s for Bernie and Kerrville. And looking at the futurecast, these are the upper level winds, okay? So we kind of talked a little bit about this yesterday, but everything's moving west-east, and as long as you have that kind of pattern, you're not going to see a whole lot going on. You don't get the dips in the jet stream that create the lows that produce rain and help push cold fronts through. Instead, you just get these quick moving west to east storms that don't move far enough south to give us any rain here. And in fact, by the weekend, this is Sunday at 4 o'clock, we start to see a little bit of a ridge pushing in. So this is not great news for us. We certainly could use the rain. You look at the numbers, 21.29 for the year. The average is 27.25, so we are now nearly 6 inches below average. Del Rio is about 7 inches below average. Even Austin now below average. And it's not just us, by the way. Much of the country is starting to deal with drought conditions. It's been quiet across the United States, but most notably here in Texas. And that's also affecting the aquifer. Today's aquifer level is 626.3. We're starting to drift into some territory here that's not so good. These are the aquifer low points that we've had over the years. 57 was a big one. It will never be that low again. I can tell you that because it's regulated. But as you get into some of these other numbers, 622, 623, 624, if we start to drop to that level, the springs are going to stop flowing, and it's not going to be a good situation. We know how the reservoirs are looking. So we just want to caution you that this lack of rainfall is having a pretty big impact on us. Noontime, 79. We'll be up around 87 degrees this afternoon. I think clouds will eventually clear out, and it will be another warm day, and then temperatures will dip into the 70s once again by tonight. Your extended forecast. We're going to go 89 Wednesday, 90 on Thursday. That would be our highest temperature in the 7-day forecast. And then more warmth even by the weekend. Typically in October, this kind of 7-day forecast is honestly pretty odd because this is the time of year where we start to see more and more fronts coming through, and you would tend to see more of a roller coaster ride because of that. But because this pattern is so quiet, and we're not getting any fronts anywhere close to us, you're going to see these just steady temperatures, steady, warm, and rain-free forecast. And it's unfortunate.
I know there's not much difference between 89 and 89 and 90 on the screen, but like I'm kind of upset about Thursday because I see 90.
Yes, and we have Thursday night football, we have Friday night football. It's like, come on, it's fall, it's October. Yeah. We'll see what Halloween brings. There are some indications maybe like way down the line towards Halloween we can get a front, but I wouldn't get your hopes up yet.
Okay, well, we hope so. We hope it'll be a little better next week.
Okay, so let's head out to our friends over at SA Live. It's time to feel better. How you doing?
I'm crossing my fingers too, Stephanie. Yes, for Halloween.
Sure.
Yes, but you know the marigolds at our Noski farms, they actually said it's better when it's hot. So this warmer weather is good for the marigolds. So good to know.
That's good news.
There.
Positive.
Yes, I'm trying to stay positive. Okay, so today, I don't know if you guys know, but it's National Make a Dogs Day. So do you guys have dogs? Do you spoil them? How do you spoil them? That's what I want to know.
National Make a Dog Day? Yes.
Like make their day.
Make their day.
I thought you were meant like
Get them,
That
like,
could go a
puppy
totally
thing.
complete different way. Sorry, Jackie. Thanks for clarifying.
Frankenstein dog or something. Okay. So
Just in time for Halloween.
yes, I spoil Blow with and I know some people are going to judge me for this, but yes, I do buy him a Happy Meal. He likes a little cheeseburger and French fries.
I think they know the drive-through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think they get
cups are a
excited.
big deal,
Yeah,
yes.
like, was it a puppuccino or a pup cup?
Puppuccino?
Yeah. Aw.
Yeah, for Penny, she loves to ride along in the car with me when I go pick up the girls from school. So
They
she has
know.
her little spot.
Okay.
Aw.
Windows
They do love
open.
car
She's
rides.
so happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's all the smell, right? They love that,
yeah.
just taking it in.
Just
Well,
getting to take a little ride. Yeah, that's fun too. for
Stephanie,
them.
did you share?
I used to take Gordo out for a puppuccino.
Puppuccino,
He
yes,
would like that. He would
okay.
get excited. And it's funny because like when you go up to the counter, it's like, I don't know if they don't believe you, but I would roll my window down like, yes, he's in the back.
It's not for me, right? It's for him. That's so cute.
Just in case you try to sneak in some whipped cream or something, you know.
Right?
Need proof.
But he would like to take car rides like back in the day.
Oh, so
Super
sweet. We do spoil our pups. So yes, weigh in, please. Scan the QR code. Share a photo too. Maybe you have a photo of eating the Happy Meal. Daphne, share a photo.
Yes, there we go.
And we will share those later in the show. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in a bit.
All right, see you later. Well, welcome back. It's 9:25. One of America's biggest retailers is set to slash prices before the holidays approach, and no one has won the Powerball yet. And General Motors is on track to make record profits this year.
Ivan Herrera is here to tell us all about today's consumer headlines. Good morning.
Good morning. Let's talk about GM a little bit first. All right, so if y'all move it a little bit more, thank you so much. General Motors is heading for record profits in 2024. The company reported $3.4 billion in third quarter earnings, up from $3.2 billion last year, despite the costly auto workers strike, which also happened last year. So far this year, GM's earnings are at $9.9 billion. Now, revenue is also up more than 10% and is nearly $49 billion, thanks to the higher car prices compared to last year. Now, the average transaction for GM is now close to $50,000 for a vehicle. Last year's strike cost GM $1.1 billion, but the company still agreed to give workers a record pay raise. And despite tough conditions in China, GM just took its full year outlook and expecting to top last year's record profits. Now, Target is cutting prices again, this time on more than 2,000 items just in time for the holidays. The price drops include home goods, beauty products, food, toys, and more, and it'll last through December. Target says that it's adjusting prices to stay competitive and attract shoppers feeling the impact of inflation. I know we're all mad about that. These cuts have boosted sales, with profits up 36% last quarter and sales up 2%. Now, brands like Lego and Coffee Mate are included in those price cuts. Plus, Target's house brands like Good & Gather, love that brand. Other retailers like Walmart and IKEA have also raised prices in recent months to bring in more customers. Now, the next Target earnings report will be released late next month. And no one won the Powerball yesterday, so there's still a chance for you to get your tickets in for the next drawing, which is tomorrow. Now, Monday night's Powerball jackpot was worth an estimated $456 million. While there was no jackpot winners, a ticket in Florida and another in Humble, Texas, that's near the Houston area, won the match 5 prize of $1 million. Great for them. The jackpot is now up to $478 million, and that's a cash value of $230 million. And if you want to know what the odds are for winning this grand prize, it's 1 million. It's 1 in 292,221,338. That is a mouthful. I couldn't even say it. Whew, but it's a big odd. So if you want to go try for the Powerball, best of luck to you. You have the odds are not in your favor.
Right. Yeah. The 1 in 292.
292 million.
221,000.
Yeah. So if you guys want to pull together,
You
maybe
know
we
what I'm
can
thinking?
raise our odds.
I think that this is it, y'all. I think God has been like, he's like, we ain't nobody won it for a reason. This is all y'all.
This is us.
This is us.
All
So
three.
we're gonna get that ticket, and if we don't show up here the day after tomorrow,
You'll know why. You'll know why.
it was ours.
Yes. So excited for that.
Yeah.
Get a Powerball ticket if you're feeling lucky.
All right.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Ivan. Time now is 9:28, and of course, there's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Okay, so this morning, of course, you can help those affected by Hurricanes Helene and Milton. Right now, we've been telling you all about this phone bank that's happening. You're liking a live look in. We got the phones ringing right now. We need you to make a call, 210-351-1363, to donate to relief efforts in the Southeast.
You can see our volunteers at the phone bank. They are still standing by to take your call. Actually, somebody's actually taking your call right now.
Yes.
So any amount helps families struggling to rebuild, so please call.
Welcome back. This morning, you can help those affected by Hurricanes Helene and Milton. Right now, there's a phone bank going on, and you see it right there. You've been seeing it all morning long. We need you guys to call that number you see right there on your screen, 210-351-1363. This is to help donate to relief efforts in the Southeast.
And they have been standing by all morning to take your call. A quick thank you to all the people who have called so far. But if you hadn't had the chance, go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen right now. And again, a reminder, any amount helps the families who are struggling to rebuild. Well, tonight on the Night Beat, KSAT investigates a San Antonio city agency accused of censoring over 400 comments on its Facebook page in a 1-month period.
So San Antonio Animal Care Services says that it will amend its social media policy after a national free speech group took to the public agency to task last month for censoring hundreds of comments.
Earlier this year, a commenter wrote on Animal Care Services' Facebook page, quote, "You're not a shelter. You are a disgrace. Do better." Another person wrote that the facility was a slaughterhouse. The comments weren't online for long, as records show they were eventually hidden from view. 2 of more than 400 in all censored by the agency over a 1-month period, according to Aaron Turr, Director of Public Advocacy for the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, or FIRE.
The internet and social media are not First Amendment free zones.
Which is why Turr's organization sent a letter to ACS's interim director last month informing him that his agency was restricting constitutionally protected speech.
The government can't censor speech online any more than it can in the offline world. So it doesn't matter whether you're speaking at a city council meeting or in a public park or in the comment section of a government-run Facebook account. The First Amendment protects you.
Case in point, the emotional victim impact statement last month from Janie Naheda, as the widow placed some of the blame for the 2023 mauling death of her husband Ramon on the ACS investigators who allowed the dogs to remain with their owners.
And right now, there's somebody that should be sitting right there next to you guys, and it should be the city. The city should be there sitting next to you guys because they're guilty too.
Well, our KSAT Investigates Dylan Collier has been looking into the issue and joins us right now. And Dylan, what have courts said about the practice of public entities censoring comments on their social media pages?
Yeah, as recently as late July, a U.S. Appeals Court for the District of Columbia Circuit ruled that public entities hiding comments, including the use of filters to block negative commentary, is unreasonable under the First Amendment. They're just the latest court to rule this way when someone has filed suit against a government entity that does this.
So now that they've been hit this go-round, got caught up in the mix of it, what is ACS doing moving forward?
Well, a deputy city attorney told us the city will no longer remove or hide posts on its Facebook pages except in very limited circumstances. I think the scenario they used to describe it is someone that makes a threat of imminent harm online, things of that nature. The type of speech that isn't protected would still be hidden on the Facebook page, but the normal posts where people are critical of ACS's practices, whether it's euthanasia policy or some of the other issues that the city has had, those posts will no longer be hidden, and certainly something we'll stay on top of.
All right, and then tonight on the Night Beat, hidden criticism at the city level. So again, Dylan, thanks for joining us. We look forward to this story tonight.
Thank you.
All right, now let's take a look out at the city real quick to see what live cam. How you doing? Good morning, San Antonio. Thanks so much for kicking your work day off with us. It is now 9:37, and so far traffic is moving along just fine right there in that particular position.
Yeah, we've got mostly cloudy skies too. So we're going to start off with somewhat of a gray scenario, some cloudy skies, and then by the afternoon the sun pops back out and it's another warm day. If you look at that shot, you think it's cold outside, but it certainly is not. It's 71 right now. Pollen count is in. We've got low counts of mold and ragweed. That's good news. Ragweed continues to fall after we had after what was pretty rough ragweed season. So everything's in the low category. Good to see. As we look at the visible satellite picture, there's all your cloud cover, a lot of it. We've got some low clouds and high clouds on top of that, so multiple layers. Again, it'll be a mostly cloudy start to the day before we see the sun begin to pop out later this afternoon. 79 noontime, we make it up to 87 for a high, and more heat continues this week. Pretty incredible. In fact, I think we could see some 90s by the end of the work week. More on that forecast in just a couple minutes, but let's look.
Thank you, Justin. Let's go ahead and take a look right here at Loop 410 at Starcrest. You can see at least part of the lanes are moving there, but still very much a backup you can see there on the access road. So try to avoid this area. It's been like this since about 5:30 in the morning. Still a problem out there at Loop 410 at Starcrest.
And this is in relation to the unfortunate fatality that happened. I know Alex Gomez was out on the roadways at that time, and here we see the aftermath. Traffic is still taking place. So as Steph said, that we'll be staying on top of this, and hopefully we'll have like updated details from San Antonio police investigation. All right, 9:39, the devastation from Hurricane Helene making landfall in Florida, devastating four southeastern states, is reported to be the deadliest hurricane since Katrina.
Well, then on October 9th, Hurricane Milton hit Florida as a Category 3 storm, so leaving little time for those communities to recover. So these catastrophic storms have passed. However, that cleanup and the recovery is still ongoing today.
We've been telling you guys about it all day long. You can help those affected by Hurricanes Helene and Milton right now. You can see that number on your screen. We have a live look in down the hallway at the phone bank. If you dial that number 210-351-1363, this is going to be in an effort to donate to the relief efforts in the Southeast.
And you can see our volunteers there. We want to thank them. They've been taking your calls all morning, and they are still there waiting for your call.
All right, so we've been having special guests coming in throughout the morning, and today we are joined again by Karina Aldrete and the board chair, or she is the board chair of the Red Cross Central and South Texas region. And then also Justice Smith, you just brought a person in with us. Got a little visitor, so thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, yeah, tell us about the involvement with USAA and the American Red Cross.
Well, I'll just say on behalf of USAA, we're so grateful to the Red Cross for their incredible response to this 1-2 punch of Helene and Milton. And you might think, like, why in San Antonio would we be concerned about a hurricane and the impact in another part of the country? But that's what's great about our country, is that we can rally to support fellow Americans. And at USAA, we've been able to provide about $3 million in support for both storms. And that has been in combination with our membership. So we've directly given about $1.5 million from USAA and the USAA Foundation. And through the USAA mobile app, we invited our members to join us in contributing to the American Red Cross, Team Rubicon, and World Central Kitchen, all of which are critical in providing targeted support. And we're grateful to be a small part of the work they're doing.
Now, we have so many people volunteering and contributing what they can to help out. But at the end of the day, we are all human. We all have that natural emotion. You personally speaking, when Helene hit, we realized that, oh man, this was tough. What did you think when you realized Milton was right next, coming right behind them?
Well,
yes, no, for us from American Red Cross perspective, of course, we want to be ready and prepared to respond, because we know that the devastation can take months to recover from. And first and foremost, you want people to be safe. And second of all, we immediately start prepping our volunteers and our disaster relief efforts as quickly as possible. So we know how many folks we have ready to send, how quickly we can send folks, how quickly we can set up our sheltering and provide hot, warm meals for folks that will be impacted by this.
And then you said even the USAA family, like a lot of people, their families or relatives or friends were over there, and another reason why they wanted to help.
You're right. And, we're military city, USAA. Yes. And what was different with Milton is that it diverted more toward Florida, and it hit a lot of military installations and densely populated military communities. And so at USAA, we tailored our response for Milton to be more aligned with additional support for the military aid societies. These are nonprofit organizations that serve each branch of the military and provide emergency financial grants for military families in financial distress. And so it is great to see how Military City can provide resources to military communities outside of San Antonio.
Thank you so much. You guys obviously are doing the work. I said the work of the Lord, especially in cases like this. And we appreciate you so much for joining us this morning. Obviously, everybody, we're trying to get people to call on the phone, 210-351-1363, that hurricane relief efforts to help those impacted by these two catastrophic storms.
Yes, and we are grateful for the help that we had this morning. Thank you guys for being with us today. The time now is 9:43 and 72 degrees for now. You are watching GMSA at 9.
Welcome back. All morning long, we've been telling you guys about a phone bank that we're doing with KSAT community, trying to give back for the relief efforts for those affected by Hurricane Helene and Milton. And of course, you see the number on your screen, 210-351-1363. We've had special guests in here. Yes. Everybody just trying to push for people to donate to relief efforts that have happened in the Southeast.
Yeah, it is really nice to see a lot of our community step up. We had a spokesperson here with USAA, and it was amazing to see how much they have given already. And again, everybody who has called so far this morning, thank you very much. And you see that QR code on your screen if you hadn't called, and just know that any amount will help these families struggling to rebuild.
Let's switch over to Zoo Cam real quick, give you a look into our flamingos. Okay, so let's see what they're doing. Oh, what is that one? Okay, so
they have visitors again.
Yeah, they got visitors again. It looks like they're like digging something. I have no idea, but
getting
either
ready
way,
for Zubu.
There we go. All of them are chilling in the water right now. It seems like I've been seeing them when the temperatures are cooler. They like the water a lot more.
You're right. When it was like in the middle of summer, they were like right there,
tanning,
like not in the water.
Yeah, getting that.
I would think it'd be the other way around.
Getting that sunburn.
We need to do our flamingo research.
Yes.
We
do. a flamingo blind study, see what's going on with everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting closer to some of the holidays. I know that Steph is excited about the holiday coming up here. What is it, 9 days?
Yeah.
9 days.
Do you know what you're dressing up as yet?
I do
or
now.
Can you reveal, or is it a secret?
Yeah, no, it's not a secret. So I always follow my daughter, and usually we dress. I was telling Daphne we have the exact same costume.
Oh.
But this year it's a theme. So she wants to be basically from the movie Beetlejuice. There's a daughter, Lydia's daughter. So she wants to be the daughter. I'm going to be the mom, Lydia, and Luis will be Beetlejuice.
That works out.
That is precious, isn't it?
I like that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Daphne, what's you?
Oh.
No,
I'm still thinking about it. Don't put me on the spot, man.
What's Bo gonna be?
I gotta think. Again, we are more Christmas people,
That's
so I gotta come up with something.
You could do a Christmas outfit for Halloween. That works
He could be
too.
Santa. Let him be Rudolph.
I like that. The time change is 11 days away. Election day is just 13 days away. So in succession here, we have Halloween, time change, election day, just within a few days. Then we head to Thanksgiving, 37 days away. Christmas, 64. I got my Amazon wish list. Feel free to check it out, Steph. It's right there for you if you don't pick out anything for you.
I got time.
Yeah, right. New Year's Day, 71 days away. All right, here's the big picture. We've got an area of low pressure that's spinning away. What is remarkable about this picture, and I say this some, but I really mean it this time. Look how quiet it is across the entire country. Minus a few showers up here in Minnesota. There is no rain falling anywhere in the lower 48. And honestly, that is rare for this time of year. Typically, we see active patterns take place in the fall. It's just not happening. And so now we're 46 days without measurable rainfall at San Antonio International. This is a stat we'll probably be bringing you each and every day as it continues to pile up, and we're moving towards some record numbers here when you're talking about length of time. Rainfall potential over the next 7 days, notice there's not much. It all stays out over the oceans. The Atlantic and the Pacific will see some rain, and maybe the Intermountain West, but just not much here across the middle part of the country, and that includes here in San Antonio. Got some clouds over top of us right now. 72 at the airport, 68 in Braunfels, low 70s elsewhere, and light winds. Temperatures are 70 in Del Rio, 72 Eagle Pass. So pretty uniform numbers, and that tends to happen when you have that cloud deck over top of you. 79 noontime. I do think the clouds will thin out some this afternoon. 87 is where we are forecasting to what we're forecasting to reach, and then by this evening down into the low 80s and upper 70s. Extended forecast, 89 Wednesday, 90 on Thursday. That is well above average heat. And we continue that right on into the weekend. Of course, we talked about Halloween. Still too early to get you any sort of, very specific forecast. But There are some indications that maybe a front can make it to by that time.
Okay.
I would not get your hopes up, though.
Okay.
Based on the current weather pattern, it may be warm.
You know, I was thinking about it, and I just remembered. I said I want to be Ursula. Theoretically, I would be. I just, if anything, I probably not. I just get a white wig and just say party language a lot.
What can Bo? Bo can be.
One of the little
Flounder.
Yeah,
Flounder.
yes.
There you go.
Yes.
So body language and Ariel. There you go. All right.
Costume.
Let's get out to SA Live real quick. Whoa. There we go.
That is
See,
not a costume.
That is not
There's
a costume.
another costume idea. And Japhanie, you still got to plan that pool party, right? That Halloween pool party. Okay, let me know about that.
I gotta figure something out. Everybody might be in those little baby pools, but we'll see what happens.
Sounds like a fun time. Hey, it's going to be a fun time today on SA Live with these scaly little guests that we have. Little, I guess they're kind of big, right? We've got Holly Fletcher with Fletcher Reptile and Bird Rescue, and this is Winter, right?
Yes.
And this one is Gamora. Let's talk about Winter.
Winter
so cool.
is a almost 12-year-old black and white Argentine tegu. She's from Argentina, and they live about 30 to 50 years, roughly.
30 to 50 years. Now, this is what you call an animal ambassador. So, meant to educate, and when you do your expos, right?
Yep.
They kind of help out to I guess some people might even be intimidated or scared sometimes, right?
Oh, yeah. They get nervous around her because they think that she's going to come up and jump at you, but she's harmless.
So she seems very sweet, but I'm sure they're all different, right?
Yes, yeah. I've had my share of different ones, that's for sure.
And this is a passion for you, right?
Yes, this is my life.
Oh, what is it that you love so much?
It's just the different characteristics of these guys and the different looks and the different learning lessons that I even do with these guys. Learning more about them is what I love about it, and then the stories that they come from, and then the stories they go to. So.
Yes, because you had, what'd you say, a bearded dragon that found a home
Yes,
recently?
I was supposed to bring an orange bearded dragon, George, and he got a good home, really good home. So Gamora is in his place. Got it. Yeah, no, that was a lady was at an event with us, and she was gung ho on having him, and he just got adopted. So
that's what you do. You help them find their forever homes. And we're going to learn more about that in an upcoming event as well. But now it's time to check in with Fiona, who is at a family fun new hotspot. I'll leave it at that. Fiona, how's it going?
Right, well, get ready to stroke a fabulous.
I think we're having a little technical difficulties. That's okay. We'll check back with her. You got a hint though, right? You saw something there. So that's a little hint of where she's at. I'm not gonna give it away just yet. But don't forget, today is National, what is it?
Make a Dog's Day.
Make a Dog's Day. I want to make sure I say it right this time. Yes, make your Dog's Day. And so do something special for your pup today on this holiday, which started in 2015, just to raise awareness about sheltered dogs. But you can scan that QR code right there, share a photo of how you love on your dogs. Maybe it's not a dog. Maybe it's a reptile, and that's okay too. We want to see a photo, and we will share those later in the show. Okay, what is Winter's favorite food? Can you tell me real quick?
It is raw chicken hearts and turkey.
Okay, that's how you spoil her, huh? Okay, we got much more coming up on SA Live. We'll see you in a bit.